Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I welcome you all to the third part of the chapter, Era of Gandhi and National Movement. In the previous part, we discussed about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre and the Khilafat movement, which was started by the Ali brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. And after the Khilafat movement and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the Gandhiji launched one more movement, the non-cooperation movement. So in this part, we'll be discussing about the non-cooperation movement, the aims of the non-cooperation movement, and what were the achievements of the non-cooperation movement. So let's begin with non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement. The Congress passed a resolution to hold a non-cooperation movement in its special national convention held in Calcutta on September 4th, 1920. As the word itself says, don't cooperate with the British. Stay away. Don't believe them. Don't make friendship with them. Don't join them. Keep them away. Ignore them. Neglect them. This is the theme of the non-cooperation movement. The non-cooperation movement was started because of the incident which took place at Jallianwala Bagh, and it was also started to unite the Hindus and Muslims. Now, what did non-cooperation movement aim at? The non-cooperation movement aimed at educating the people about the British for their brutal killings and also preventing Jallianwala Bagh like incidents in future apart from opposing the British rule. Apart from withdrawing the Rowlatt Act, the Congress wanted reforms in the political system which would lead to complete Swarajya, Purna Swaraj. They wanted India to be ruled by Indians. They wanted complete Swarajya, Purna Swaraj. Now, what were the main programs of non-cooperation movement? Number one, boycotting schools. Don't attend British schools. If your children had been going there, stop going now. So stop going and attending the British college. The lawyers were told, don't attend British courts. Don't take it. Second, boycott elections. Actually, what happened? The British had made room for a few representatives of India to sit in the assembly, and they become a part of the assembly. But Mahatma Gandhiji said, boycott elections. Don't go to those assemblies. Stay away. Don't become a party to decision making because they are not worth it. So all the elections to this legislatures, the British-led legislatures, they were boycotted. That is, as for the 1919 Act, elections had to take place everywhere. And the Indians had to take an active part in it and fill up those reservations meant for Indians. So now that part is boycotted. But remember, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru did not agree with it. They said everything is fine. We could have boycotted everything, but not the legislatures. Because legislatures are a platform where we can go and raise our voice once again. That would strengthen our non-cooperation movement. Okay, anyways, we will discuss about this later, about Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. Now let's have a look at what were the other aims of the non-cooperation movement. Number third, returning all the honors and medals given by the British, like knighthood, the title of the Sir, and so on. The nominated members to the local bodies resigning from their membership, boycotting all the government functions, and also boycotting all the foreign goods. So these were the aims of the non-cooperation movement. Now let's have a look at what were the major developments that took place during non-cooperation movement. It's very important from the examination point of view, the major developments that took place during non-cooperation movement. Now let's have a look at them. The number one, the many senior lawyers like Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das, Motilal Nehru and Rajendra Prasad, they left their legal practices. The students, they boycotted schools and colleges. The Congress boycotted the elections for regional bodies which were held under the 1919 Act by not naming any candidates for the elections. Many national institutions like Kashya Vidyapeeth, Gujarat Vidyapita, Bihar Vidyapita and Jamia Millia Islamia and Rashtriya Vidyalaya were established. Why? Because Congress was telling students boycott the British schools and colleges. But what will the students do now? Where they will go? They will go to these Indian institutions. They opened Indian institutions for education now. And a lot of universities were also established. Now this was the aim, that stop going to the British schools and colleges and come to Indian schools and colleges. Rabindranath Tagore returned his knighthood. The common people and women donated liberally to the Congress. So now the people came out in masses. The common people, men, women, all they came and they donated to Congress to support this non-cooperation movement. And the shops selling foreign goods were boycotted and the foreign clothes were burnt. The visit of Prince of Wales in 1921 was opposed. Now let's have a look at the impacts of the non-cooperation movement. Now what were the achievements of the non-cooperation movement? Though many of its main aims remained unachieved, we had so many aims, we did not achieve those aims. but it created a deep impact. The freedom movement became people's movement. In non-cooperation movement, compared to any of the earlier movements, like Swadeshi movement, people came out in great numbers to participate. So it went to become a people's movement. The Hindu-Muslim unity was achieved, though it was temporary, but it was achieved. The non-cooperation movement went beyond the boundaries of cities and entered small villages also. The attempts were made to eradicate untouchability and entry of women into public spaces. And all these were the notable achievements of the non-cooperation movement. Now, CHAURI incident. A very sad incident happened which led to ending the non-cooperation movement. It was on February 5th, 1922. A big group of people, around 3,000 farmers, assembled in front of a police station. The 22 policemen who were inside the station, they died. They were burnt to death because of the fire. And such incidents kept repeating in many other places as well. Gandhiji realized that maybe the Indians are not ready for satyagraha. They are not ready for the non-violence. Gandhiji realized, due to lack of preparation and morality among the people to hold on to non-violent protests, he withdrew. He said, "We are calling off the non-cooperation movement," and that was on February 12, 1922. The British held Gandhiji responsible for all these incidents and arrested Gandhiji on March 10, 1922 and imprisoned him for 6 years. He was released 2 years later on the grounds of ill health. The decision of the Gandhi led to the political vacuum. What's political vacuum? See, all the leaders were arrested. And when there is no leader and the space is empty, so that empty space is called as political vacuum. So that's all about the non-cooperation movement. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.